You can see my screen. Hopefully you can. Let me know. Make some noise in the chat. But before we dive in, I want you to type into the chat if you had one super fan in the crowd, right? So holding up a sign with your lyrics on it, which lyric would it be? Or Kayla, since you are a manager, if you had to pick one of your clients, if you made a sign for one of your clients, and had a lyric from one of your clients on the sign, what would the lyric be? So let's go ahead and do that as we wait for everyone to join us. iPhone, I'm still trying to figure out who you are. Miss Amy turned her camera on, so I was able to see. If you are able to have your camera on, please, y'all, please turn your camera on. I want us to see each other. You know. I love it better when I can actually see the faces of the people
There's.
I'm talking to, because then I don't have to ask if it's connecting or not. I can see. I can see it in your eyes. Perfect. Okay, Jazz is in here. Hi, Miss Amy. How are you doing? Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my little prompt? If you had one super fan in the crowd holding up a sign with your lyrics on it, which lyric would it be? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Or like I said, for Miss Kayla, since she manages artists, if she was at one of her artist shows and made a sign, what would the lyric be that she put on that sign for that show? So let us know. We got Destiny in here. We come on. I need everyone to clap it up because she just performed at New York Fashion Week. Freaking insane.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so proud of you. Are we kidding? How did this come about? Can I hear the story?
Oh, yeah, yeah. For some reason it's like super quiet. I don't know why. Maybe it's my computer. But yeah, I mean, I the designer heard me just from like word of mouth, just because I have been involved in like other fashion shows here in Salt Lake City. And yeah, I've just heard me from one of the models that I'm friends with, and she was looking for other artists to like open her show. And then like I found out like my friend was like, "Yeah, I referred you." I was like, "Oh my gosh, what?" So like connected the dots. But yeah, so he like referred me, and then she reached out to me via Instagram to open up for her show, and that's how we all came about on the show. And it's really cool because she designed the outfit from one of my songs. And so yeah, she has like this
Oh,
cool like program that she uses that designs her patterns from music. And so that was like kind of the main theme. It was really cool.
wow, that's insane. And like, what a
Yeah,
full circle moment. I feel like a lot of times we feel isolated by ourselves, like we're just doing things on the internet. And interactions like this matter. Going out in real life and connecting
right.
with people, it matters for moments like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't always have to be like a relationship where it's like we're only friends because we can do stuff for each other. It's like, no, like if that
Mhm.
happens to occur, cool. But yeah, so wow. Very, very,
Yeah.
very proud of you. You again just released your first single in 2 years, and you are going
Yeah.
ham with the post-release marketing. Like first you
Yes.
opened up for Duran Bernard and now you just played at New York Fashion Week. Like I just really have to clap it up for you. I don't know if you have
Oh.
a manager or someone on your side telling you how amazing you are doing, but girl,
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, boo. Sorry to put you on the spot as soon as you entered.
I just heard like Dead City. I was like, oh, what? What's going on?
Right. You're like, what? Me?
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yes, guys. So if you are able to be on camera, please be on camera. I know a lot of you guys tune in from work and it's like a podcast for you, so you're not able to. But if you are able to, please let me see your beautiful face. And did anybody share their lyrics? Just my song title. How dare she would be the best. Yes, honestly. And that's like the hook in the song too. So that's a lyric as well. It works. It works for both. Rocky, stay safe. You do not have to have your camera on. You're like driving. Relax. Please relax and get to your destination safely. Kayla said, my sign would say, you're closer than you think. Oh, that's a really encouraging sign to have like at a show for artists. Oh, I love that. I don't know if that's one of your clients' lyrics, but that is it is. Oh, it's a double whammy. You're closer than you think. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. Well, welcome one and all. How many of us are in here? Nine. We got nine people in here so far. Welcome back. This is our third September workshop. I cannot believe it. We are in the fan base growing month. That's the theme of the month. And I feel like it's very timely with everything that's going on, especially in the music industry, where we got people like Lizzo crashing out saying, like, yeah. She said if no, like, it's hard for all of us. She said I am a multi-platinum award-winning Grammy-winning artist and no one knows that I even released a project. But it really, that message I think is for those major artists. You guys, as you're trying to grow your fan base, this is the biggest advantage that you can ever have. Because in the past, those like there was only the only way that we discovered music was if they were signed to a label, if they had huge music videos, if we saw them on TRL, if we heard them on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like being an independent artist, it was a pipe dream. It wasn't like you can actually, you know what I'm saying? Like have a career and do it. So you guys are doing the hard part. I know it might not feel like it, but showing up every day, even if just once a week, if this is the only thing that you do every week to move your music career forward, you are still taking micro steps in the right direction. So, clap it up for yourselves. Let's a round of applause. Okay, let's go. I am very, very, very proud of you guys. So, we have been talking all month about, like I said, growing your fan base. At first, we defined our ideal fan. How many of you guys were able to go into Discord or were able to go to the membership website and get the worksheets for defining your real fan? If you don't have the worksheet, if you're having any trouble logging into the website, if you don't know how to navigate Discord, you can always email me, okay? You can always email me if you need something. I'm sorry. I know that I am like talking to you guys in a million different channels, but it's because the communication lines are congested. Like that's why I have you guys in my close friends. I email you guys. I have the Discord. It's because some people read emails, some people log on to Discord, some people are on Instagram every day. And so I'm just trying to find you guys where you are at. So my bad, but also I'm not apologizing for trying to reach you, okay? So, any more, let me read this off, our little opener. Let me see. So, Robin Fear said, we need a little bad bitchery. Ooh, I would love that on a sign. That is amazing. That is amazing. Love that, love that, love that. Also, quick shout out to Reem and Moon. I feel like they have been in every single live stream that I have had since they've joined ICI in April. Like, and I just want to tell you guys that it's not for nothing. Like, it's so hard starting a community. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's so hard to even just talk to you guys on a weekly basis sometimes. So, it's hard showing up. It's hard being here, taking the steps. So definitely wanted to highlight that, as well as Kat Kennedy as our member of the month. She is the first person to go through my whole ICI pipeline. So it's like she followed me on TikTok, where I'm sure most of y'all found me to begin with. Then she joined ICI. Then she had a one-on-one session with me. She loved our one-on-one session so much. She said, Jazzy, as soon as I can afford it, girl, we're working on this next release. And baby did not lie. Baby did not lie. As soon as she could, she circled back, hit me up. And I am so excited to be working on Kat's next release with her. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yes, special shout out to Kat Kennedy. Thank you guys so much for letting me know what, if your super fan was in the crowd and had a sign up, what that sign would say. Because the theme of today's session is super fans. We're leveling up into the world of super fans, that 10% who really move the needle in your career. So it could even be a top 5 to 10%. You know what I'm saying? We've touched on this a little bit, but let's dive in. So if you're ready to dive in, let me know in the chat. Oh shoot, hold on. I didn't know how that had music. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to click out of something and it started playing. Okay, so let me explain the 80/20 rule. I'm sure you guys know it when it comes to dating. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, they might have 80% of the things that you want, and then you'll cheat or you'll go out there looking for that 20%, blah, 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 blah. So let's apply this to like our super fans and why super fans matter. Because 20% of your fans are going to drive 80% of your results. That's why it really matters. You're going to have a lot of passive. If anyone here has grown a following on socials where you're not just trying to attract your audience, but they're there, you've reached either 1,000 followers, 5,000, 10,000, whatever your goal is, about 20% of them are going to be commenting on your things. We're lucky if they even see our things. And that applies to music as well. Everybody who listens to your song is not going to show up at your shows. You know what I'm saying? Like all of your like 100,000 monthly listeners does not mean a sold out tour of 100,000 people in attendance. So even just taking it kind of into that kind of perspective of like you can have an artist who streams really well and their opening first tour will be at venues that are like 150 250 people, and it's because they don't know how many people they can pull into a show. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to have smaller venues that you can sell out as opposed to having bigger venues that you can't fill. So it's always great to start small and build. And when you're starting small, who's going to show up? It's going to be that 20%. That 20%, those super fans, the people who love you down and care. And so I know last week, Amy had shared, or maybe it was a week before, Amy had shared, she was like, a lot of the people who like my music are not like the people that I would like to be in my fan base. You know what I'm saying? And so that might mean maybe we need to switch up our content. Maybe we need to like put the bat signal out there and say the quiet part out loud of who you want in your fan base. If you love Cyndi Lauper and da 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 and da 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 da, and you want this and this and that, then hello, you've just met your next, favorite country artist, something like that, right? So casual listeners stream, but super fans buy, they share, and they show up. So, everyone has their super fan base. Beyonce has the Beehive, Rihanna has the Navy, Taylor Swift has the Swifties. And that's also a part of like the message that Lizzo also said in that video. Sorry, guys. I'm stuck on the Lizzo videos because I'm like, this bitch is saying what I've been saying for years, and now everybody's finally listening. Like, I'm like, this is the whole reason that I started my company. But it was because artist expectations, when you guys get signed to a label, your expectations of what that label is going to do versus how they actually show up, it's not the same thing. So I was like, what you want a label for, let me teach you what you actually want them for. But we're getting off the subject. So I want to ask you guys, think about your last release. Did you notice the same 2 to 3 people constantly commenting, DMing, or reposting you? Those are your early super fans. So drop a fire emoji in the chat if you already know who they are. And if you don't, let me know. At church, 80/20, 80% of the work is done by 20% of the congregation. Dang! Oh my gosh. No, that's for real. I used to be That 20%, boy. Working in children's church. That was me. That was me. Okay. So we know who the super fans are. We know who supports us. But yes, that's why super fans are so important. Have you guys ever used Spotify for artists to see like who those potential super fans might be? Me on the praise team. Look, listen. Oh my gosh, Kayla, are you an artist too? Do you manage and you sing? It's actually pretty cool. Wait, what's pretty cool? You're super fans on Spotify? I think I need to check Spotify for artists. Yes, you do. Okay, I'm trying to like pull it up as we're talking about it. I have two super fans. I don't know who they are. Okay, maybe you should DM them and say what's up. Unless they're
How do
real.
you see who they are? I mean, I think they're actually friends in real life, but how do you see
Okay.
who they are?
Oh, you mean on the Spotify for artists? How do you see who the super fans are? Okay, I thought you were talking about the same people who
No.
comment your stuff. I'm like, oh, well then you know who they are. No, you unfortunately cannot see that. I'm looking though. I'm looking in segments on the audience. You can see the total audience, reactive listeners. Let me share my screen. You guys can see what I'm seeing. And if anyone knows how to find your super fans on Spotify for artists, let me know. So new listeners, active listeners, reactive listeners, that listen, reactive. What you mean? What I do that made you react? Demographics, mm, location. That's nice. Release engagement. We haven't done a release for a while, so hmm. Source of streams. Ooh, really nice. Okay. Moral of the story. If you are not using Spotify for artists on the desktop, you really need to be. I know I did a paid video with them this week, but the biggest thing for me was like I didn't know there was different stuff on the computer version than what we see on our phone. So it just shows you a lot more about your audience, a lot more about like how many streams per listener. That's a really big thing. If you have 40,000 listeners and you're getting about like 1.8 streams per listener, that means that your music has replay value. That means that people are saving your music. That mean you know what I'm saying? That means that people like really really care. Kayla said I use two loss for the analytics and it's amazing to see the data. Bro, being able to see the data for all of the or the digital streaming platforms as opposed to just one, that is one of the biggest benefits of releasing with a distribution company, in my opinion. But that's because I'm a data girl. I'm a data girl for sure. Um, Okay, so we know the joy of having super fans and why they matter. So since we can't identify them on the Spotify backend, let's look at our socials. Let's pull up your last release on TikTok or Instagram. You can write down the top 5 to 10 people who liked, commented, shared the most. And then anyone who has ever messaged you directly about your music, that's also who we want to take a look at. So since we can't see who our super fans are in the back end of our analytics and we need them to be a real person, we need to know who they are so that we can make them feel special for their support and actually have them also be advocates for our art. You know what I'm saying? That is the joy of having social media and being able to do a release campaign on your socials and all of that so that you can find them. I may have one. Listen, One is better than none, okay? Like you guys are growing your audience. Growing takes time. It takes time. So you guys are not only growing your audience, you are making music and learning how to market and promote that music. It's very difficult. Even if you're just here learning from me for like 3 months, that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? When I manage artists, the trial period is 2 years. That's when I'm like, let's lock in for 2 years. That's how, that is like, if you're in the industry, that's like the standard. Like, let's lock in for 2 years, see what we do in those 2 years, and then decide if we want to continue. Because nobody is expecting anything to happen overnight. But those are the expectations that artists have been given because of social media. You see it seemingly happen overnight for some of these like people and artists, but it's like, IRL, like in real life, artist development takes years. It takes a lot of time because it is trial and error and learning from those things. So, if you are developing yourself, if you are trying and learning from the things that you have done, like I said, the way that you can identify your super fans is pull up your last release, right? So obviously it's not going to be like, well, which video did the best? No, 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 no. We are talking about when's the last time you released a song? When's the last time that you used content promoting that song, right? Like that's what we want to look at. And if there were any videos that went viral that also promoted your song, great. We will also include them, right? But that is what we are looking at. So content that is related to your music. If you haven't released music yet, then all you have to go off of is content and vibes. There is not a guarantee that the people who love you down for being yourself will also love your music down, will also be those super fans. You know what I'm saying? So but if you appreciate the people who are there, there's a better chance that they might. You know what I'm saying? So that is why. Look at it, write down the top 5 to 10 people who liked, commented, and shared the most. And then anyone who has ever messaged you directly about your music, just take a note of that because those are going to be the beginning of your super fans. All right, guys. Who wants to do a breakout session? We've never done one before, and it's because I'm scared. But let me know if you guys want to do breakout rooms where you partner up. Everybody gets one partner. If anyone is not available, just let me know in the chat. Like I said, Moon and Reem, I think you guys are both at work right now. So if you're not able to do this, like totally okay. But I want you guys to break out and I want you guys to share one idea for how you could make your super fans feel like VIPs without spending money, without spending money, right? So think shout outs, think you DMing your untitled link to your unreleased song, giving them early sneak peeks, you inviting them into your creative process, showing them the messy parts, showing them how bad you are on Logic, but taking us on the journey as you teach yourself how to use it, showing us how bad the demo version of that song was, but taking us on the journey until you get the final version that you want to lock in on. So Rocky and Amy said that they are available. Does anybody else want to break off into groups? We're going to spend 5 minutes in these small pairs.
Back in the main room.
And we back. Okay. Hello. How did we like the breakout rooms?
That was good. I liked it.
Yay. Okay. So do we have an idea from each room that we would like to share?
Oh,
Who was in our
Sure.
breakout room? Who was iPhone? Who is iPhone?
oh yeah.
We got kicked out.
It's Dad. I don't know why I keep saying iPhone. Every time I sign in here, it never fixes. So sorry.
Well, I liked your idea. It was you that came up with the idea for like a Zoom, like a invite only Zoom, right?
It was a
Kayla?
live, and then Kayla and Robin kind of helped pinpoint it more into like a Zoom
Yeah, I like that.
type of situation. But yes,
Okay. Well, first things first. Who is in room 1? Who was in room 2? And who's speaking for the group? Or there was actually, it was room 1 and room 3 because there was one person in group 2 by themselves, and so I just moved them into.
Like, no.
I was like, what is going on?
Anyone?
Okay, who would like to? Let's hear from room 1 first, and then let's hear from room 3. Y'all decide in the chat who's speaking for whichever room, or I'll pick. Okay, Kat, since she's the only person who said room 1 in the chat, can you?
I took notes, so I can definitely go. So we said ticket giveaway. So like if you have a show, maybe you're able to put like a special super fan that you want to acknowledge like on the guest list or something like that. Or honestly, like I would probably just, if I have a few super fans, I'm like, I would just buy them a ticket because I'm like, appreciate it.
Right. Come to the show.
Yeah, I'm like literally sending free merch, like a free t-shirt or like something like that. Or we had said like a little, even just like a thank you note or like a thank you card or something like that. I had said just even like a shout out during a live, just being like, you know, David, thank you so much. He subscribed, like round of applause for David in the chat or whatever. I said making people a moderator if you trust them. Like I have one super fan that I've known for like a really, like not in person, but just online for a long time. He's never been weird. He knows more about tech than I do. So I was like, I'm comfortable making him like a moderator of my Discord and my live. So, and that seemed to like really mean a lot to him. So that kind of like brought him in even deeper.
Yeah, aw. He was like, I'm the Discord moderator. Yes.
Literally. Yes. Never weird, excellent criteria. Yeah, exactly. I'm always like, I don't know. And then the last thing we had was, I don't know much about this, but the other two in the group were saying bring them onto live. So like bring a fan onto your live to like go live with you. So I've never done that, but like something I'm interested in looking into.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, love it. What? Okay, room 1. All right, room 3. Robin was
I was
volunteered.
volunteered as tribute
Exactly.
for the group. Really quick, the going live thing, I've done that. It can be really good. I like to preface, look, before I go live with y'all, don't y'all be coming up here acting crazy or saying whatever your boundary is.
Right.
Make sure that is known because internet people are
Right.
internet people.
Never
But
been
yeah, good
weird
idea.
has to be the criteria.
Yeah.
For sure.
In our group, I think we got a good few. Somebody had mentioned from our group the private rooms, like our version of this, sending out a select, like having people come in and listening to the album before it's released, and you could also
like a
share.
Zoom listening event?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sharing like stories about the stories. One of the ones that I had was kind
Sharing
of
stories about the stories.
oh, sorry. Well,
The
songs
song.
are stories made melodic. So sure.
Okay, media training, you better go off. Okay.
No, that's just from hosting drag shows. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna pivot.
Very quick on your feet, yeah.
Yeah.
That's media training too, being able to speak in front of
True.
an audience,
True.
okay?
Okay. One of the ones I had was kind of piggybacking off of what you said about sharing like rough versions of things. Like I'm writing music right now. I have my solid version of what my next song is going to be. But because I wrote it, I have another version of what the song could have been. So I can share what that little nugget with a super fan. And then the last one I think that was cool from our group that I'll share, that iPhone share. iPhone, wait, what's your name again? I forgot.
Jazz.
Jazz. Okay, yes, Jazz, aka
She is me,
iPhone.
she are we. We are the same. Just has an S and a Z, okay?
Yes, because I couldn't choose which one, so I put them both in there.
There we go. She was saying that like to give them some kind of agency within like what like next releases or things would be. And then I also edited it in my mind a little bit because sometimes like I do need to have borders and stuff. You
Yeah.
can, even though you might know what your next release is, you could be like, here's some multiple choice options. What do y'all think? And
Right.
get that feedback, even though you personally already know, but it gives them some kind of choice. Or if you're
Yeah.
sharing album covers, like you know which photo is your album cover. Here's
Right.
some outtakes. Which ones do y'all like
Yes,
for these album
period.
covers? So I thought that that idea of Jazz's was very good as well.
Yes, come on. Okay. I like the breakout groups. I hope you guys liked the breakout groups because this was really fun. I really loved like you guys working with each other. So, yes, that was really, really fun. Love it. And then Jazz, so Destiny actually did that idea for her release of Jugar con Fuego, which is play with fire. And she had like different images and she had people vote on them for the cover art and everything. I think of course she already had her cover art made and everything, but yeah, that is a great idea. Destiny, how did that work like engagement wise? Did people participate? Did it get people like excited? Did that idea actually help hype the release at all?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that was like probably the highest engagement I've had with like a post. And so
Mhm.
I was like, maybe I should like do different iterations of that type of post or like have, I don't know, like people or fans like kind of interact with each other because I think that's how it like builds up the hype. So yeah, I think that was like a really great idea because I think I saw this like one post on TikTok and I was like, ooh, I think this has like been like a trend that's been going on, and I was like, maybe I should do like my music with it.
Yeah, that's a huge like marketing lever to take note of though. It's like, okay, I did it and it got the most engagement that I have gotten. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, okay, definitely doing this next time in the next release campaign that I do. So love it. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is really just building a VIP lane, right? So, whether here's some low lift ideas, get your pencil and paper out and get ready to write them down, and then I'm going to talk about each one of them. So, first idea is DM a voice note to a fan. Second idea, dropping their name like in your actual caption, you know what I'm saying? So I know we do a lot of the respond to comment videos and it will automatically put their name into the caption. But let's say somebody just uses your music, you know what I'm saying, to create a video. Like they actually used your sound, reposting them and thanking them and like mentioning them by name. So huge, so big. Um Giving early access to a snippet of your song as you guys thought of, that is so like, y'all, I'm gonna tell you this, like even clients that I have worked with, if they're like, buy this vinyl and you can hear my whole CD today, I'm buying the vinyl because I want to hear I want to hear the music. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like we're not thinking about the masses. Again, this is stuff for super fans, for people who actually already care about us. So you know that they're going to do the things, right? We have to create these VIP lanes for them to feel like the VIPs that they are in our lives, okay? So and then hosting, private listening sessions like you said, you can also host private private IG live streams and different things like that where you can get your top 10 in there. So DMs, just touching on that. Think about how it would feel if your favorite artist sent you like a quick voice note. I know for me, when Dochi was actually in her broadcast channel and she used to send voice notes, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. But now that she's a Grammy Award winning artist and she don't really care about the broadcast channel anymore because she's crossed over, it's literally just like different Dochi stan pages talking about what Dochi has done. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I cared when Doechii was in this channel and when she was like, Swamp, wake the fuck up. Like I missed that, you know? So starting little things like that. Maybe you don't have, you know, actual broadcast channels yet. If you don't have a broadcast channel yet, then starting with those super fans, DMing those people who always repost your stuff, always like, always comment, all of that. And just being like, I see you supporting me. Thank you. Like it's literally 20 seconds of your time. But to them, it is unforgettable. You guys, Kaylani took a picture with me in 2015. I will still post that picture to this fucking day. Okay. And like, that's the thing. It was at a show at UCLA. I had no idea she'd be like the huge superstar that she is now. But like again, that picture means so much to me that I will still post that to this day. Little things like that. So dropping their names in a, you know, in a caption or something like that, you don't need to write a whole song about your fans. Little mentions really go a long way. Shout out to Maya for always sharing my songs. You know what I'm saying? Not just their screen name either. Like learning who this person is, right? And now that person is locked in for life. If they weren't before, now they are. You know, like, oh my gosh, they know my name. Oh my gosh. It's really huge. It's really big. And you're not going to know their name if you never like DM them or reach out to them, you know? Like we're just going to know their usernames and like whatever their online personality is. Giving early access to your music. Super fans love insiders. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys do not use the Untitled app, please do. Please do. It is a great way to share your music. It's a great way to do it. And you can also see who listens to your music when you share it using the Untitled app. You can not only see who listens, you can see how many times they listen to it. Like it gives you so much like information. It is the best way to share your music, even if you're sharing it if you're pitching it to playlisters, to PR people, you know what I'm saying? Giving them the exclusives. Use the Untitled link. It's way easier than Dropbox or anything like that. And especially if you have like an EP that is sequenced and you want them to listen to the music in a certain way. Yes, it is the Untitled app. It's like in brackets. It's literally called Untitled. Yeah. So sharing a snippet of your song, baby, it can be 45 seconds. It doesn't, you ain't gotta give them the whole song. You're just sharing the snippet and then telling them to go pre-save that shit. So that it's automatically, when it comes out, they ain't even gotta worry about it. They just gotta open up Spotify, open up Apple, and it's in the app, ready to be listened to. Okay. Hosting the private, like you guys said, private Zoom rooms, private, you know, live streams, things like that. Or even if it's a public live stream and only allowing your super fans to be the ones who can join you and go on there. It doesn't need to be long, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to have a breakout one-on-one experience, I think Zoom would be the best way to go, where you can play a snippet of your music, you can ask a couple of questions. You know, when did you first find me? What's your favorite song? If you wanted to hear me cover a classic, what would that classic song be? You know, just vibe with them, because that intimacy is what creates your core fan base. You know, you guys are my core fan base. Thank you for being here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this. You guys pour back into me as well. If I've never told you, I really love having these sessions because it gives me confidence as a thought leader, you know, especially as an entrepreneur, where it's like, I don't know. Is this not, you know? So being able to talk it through with you guys, and even when I'm teaching you guys stuff, being like, is this helping? Does this work? You know, even the little feedback like that where it's like, no, Jazz, you're doing good job. Good job, babes. Because yeah, I had a one-on-one call with Rocky this week. I don't know if you guys saw my email earlier this month, but I was like, if anyone wants to either do a survey or do a call to have feedback, let me know. And so she hit me back and she was like, yeah, I'll do a one-on-one call with you and give you feedback about it. And she was like, Jazz, I think everyone just sees you doing a really good job. And so we think that that you're doing a really good job. So no one thinks to be like, thanks, like you're doing great, because it's just like, obviously you're doing great, bitch. Like, look at everything that you're doing. And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a girl. Like, I also need that positive feedback as well. So, all of these simple, free, easy to execute things, there's stuff that you can start doing, like, so a lot of these things it's not just thanking a fan once. I think a lot of times, like, we just like their comment, or we just, like, say thank you, or we just send like a heart emoji back, and it's like, but that's because we're trying to reply to all the comments, and it's like, maybe we should just, like, maybe instead of replying to everybody, we respond to, like, those first people who comment, the people who always comment, the people who, you know what I'm saying, like, show us love, because that's how you keep them sticking around, release after release, year after year. If you want people to pre-save your thing and you're like, fuck, like, nobody's pre-saved it. Oh, but I know who my super fans are. Let me DM them my little pre-save link with a voice note. Maybe they didn't see it. Because again, your followers don't equal your fans. Your followers don't even see all of your content. But if they see a DM, wait a second, hold on. What is Evelyn doing in my DMs? Oh wait, it would be Destiny. Sorry, girl, change your name to your artist name. I don't even know you by this name.
That's so funny. No, Destiny's my middle name, so.
Right? I'm like, oh, I don't even know. Moon said, sorry, I haven't been available to chat, but you've been an amazing mentor. Oh, thank you, Moon. I appreciate it, Pooks. I did not say that. I was not farming for compliments. I promise. I was just like saying a revolution that I had this week. But what you want to create, like I said, is this VIP lane, this pathway that it's where your super fans always feel like they have a front row seat to your journey. Because being a music artist, it's not a destination, baby. It's a journey. Even if you think, oh, I'm signed, I made it. Oh, I have a #1 song, I made it. Oh, I just had my first tour, I've made it. It's a journey, I promise you. And all of those things are just milestones on your journey. The journey ends when you stop professionally writing, recording, and releasing music. Okay? There's no destination where you've just made it, right? All right. Which one of these VIP lanes that I just dropped feels doable to you this week? Let me know in the chat. So if it is DMing a voice note to a fan, dropping a fan's real name, their government name, not their user name, into a TikTok or IG caption, giving early access of your song, or hosting a private, private little IG live for your top 10, or a Zoom room for your top 10. Let me know. Out of these prompts, which one feels the most doable for you this week? Kayla said, I'm digging the personal DM voice note. Yes. Robin said, early access or voice note in broadcast. Oh, because you have a broadcast channel. Okay, period. Oh, yes. Let me join your broadcast channel. Okay, I see Jazz said DMing a voice note. Kat Kennedy said, I know a fan who I'm going to drop into a caption. Yes. Amy said, I worry dropping someone's name might not be okay with them. Okay, then don't do that one. Don't do that one. Shout out to a fan on live voice note.
Because I worry, like, some people on TikTok is like they have handles for a reason. So like I was planning on doing a shout out to a fan anyway, as soon as I get back to being able to make something content. But
Yeah.
because the content around my next song is so personal and sensitive, I was actually going to reach out to them in a DM and say, I want to say thank you for doing this, but if before I make this content, is it okay with you if I actually tag you? But I want you to know that if I don't tag you, this is for you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a double whammy because you're DMing them first. Right, exactly. And then you want to also put them into your caption. Yep, two birds, one stone. Come on, sign language. Love it. Love it. Okay. I love this for us. All right, y'all. Let me wrap it up and we can get out of here. So, here are your action steps for the week. So, number one, I want you to write down like your super fan top 5, top 10, top 3, wherever we're at with it, right? Everybody has a different size of fan base. But I want you to write down who are your top super fans. Number 2, I want you to pick an exclusive moment from the menu. I mean, you guys all just dropped them in the chat, so a lot of y'all already know what you finna do. So you already have one homework assignment taken care of. But one thing that you can do and then execute it by Sunday. Can you guys drop the proof in the homework chat just like this were a challenge? If it and it could be like a screenshot, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be like the actual post or anything like that. But that's it. That's all I want you to do. So I want you to figure out who those super fans are, pick one of the VIP lane exclusive moments that I talked to you about, and then actually execute it by Sunday night. And of course, let me know in the Discord. Like, I mean, it's great if you do the homework. I would love to know if you do the homework. But that's it, y'all. So you guys have officially started building your VIP lane. Um, Again, Kat Kennedy is working one-on-one with me. I have 2 client spots left for 2025. If anybody else is serious about your next release, or if you want to hit the ground running in 2026 and lock in with your girl now, we can do so. Or if you just want to start off with a one-on-one session, like if you have the strategy and you just want to like run it by me so that we can brainstorm some ideas together, you guys can always get $100 off using the code insiders100. I have extended the life of that offer. It was originally supposed to end in August, but now I have it going until the end of the year because I love you guys. And then hopefully you guys use it so that I'll keep it going. And yeah, that's it. So your fans are waiting for you to show them that they matter. And so this week, give one person a reason to say, I'll never forget when, insert your artist name here, did that for me. Just like I have all of my moments with artists that I literally will never forget. And that is how you create super fans. All right, y'all. Before we jump out of here, leave one word or one statement in the chat saying how you are feeling before we go. And yeah, I want everyone to have an amazing week. Please get in the Discord, y'all, in the homework chat or in any of our group chats. But everyone who's in ICI isn't able to make it here to these, weekly things. So as much fun as you guys had in those break-off groups, we could also be having in Discord too, but Discord is more at your leisure. It's, respond when you can type stuff. So thank you guys. You're inspired, excited, connected, revitalized, motivated. I love that. I love it. Love to hear it. And I will talk to you all later. Kat, I'll talk to you later tonight. All right. Bye, y'all.